Monsieur le secrétaire général, le président Erdogan a récemment signé un décret qui paraît particulièrement dangereux pour l'état de droit en Turquie, ou ce qu'il en reste. Ce texte permet en effet d'accorder une immunité à tous les civils, quelle que soit la nature de leurs actes, dès lors qu'ils agissent au nom de l'antiterrorisme. L'ancien président Gül lui-même, pourtant cofondateur de l'AKP, s'en est ému. Connaissant la propension des autorités turques à qualifier toute forme d'opposition de terrorisme, je voulais savoir comment vous envisagiez de réagir à ce nouveau durcissement de l'état d'exception en Turquie. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, Madame Duranton. Now the second question from Mr. Kılıçdaroğlu, Turkey, United Left.
Mr. Jagland, 2 days ago, Mr. Erdogan declared war on Afrin. It's claimed that many civilians have lost their lives in the region. Meanwhile, in Turkey, all peaceful demonstration against the war is violently suppressed. Even the Minister of Foreign Affairs is making statements that link the French Prime Minister to terrorism. What does the Council of Europe plan to do in order to prevent civilian deaths in Afrin and the violent suppression of peaceful demonstrations in Turkey? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Kılıçdaroğlu, please excuse my mistake before. And the third question by Mr. Hussein of Azerbaijan ALDE Group.
Dear Secretary General, 1 year is left for the honorary jubilee for the completion of 70 years anniversary of Council of Europe. I guess it would be expedient to constitute a medal entitled Council of Europe on the occasion of forthcoming jubilee. Afterwards, the indicated medal can become a permanent award of Council of Europe. What is your attitude to this idea, and in your capacity of Secretary General, which steps can you take for the realization of this proposal? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jagland, would you like to respond, please?
Yes, please. Mrs. Duranton asked about the amnesty, immunity for those people that were protecting the state and the rule of law in Europe during the attempted coup. Well, I have the same concerns that have been expressed by others on this issue, but with regard to what you also said, that there is a tendency that any kind of opposition is portrayed as terrorists. This is an issue which we have discussed for a long time with Turkish authorities. We are looking into, in a joint committee, the terrorist laws that they are applying, which has led to what you said. For instance, that many journalists, parliamentarians have been put in jail. And, well, we have seen recently that the Constitutional Court of Turkey has reacted against it and said that some of the journalists should be released, but there is a problem with a local court that rejects to do it. But one has to keep in mind that at the time, this Constitutional Court was set up on a recommendation from us so that individuals in Turkey could apply to the Constitutional Court, and it was said by law that the Constitutional Court should rule on the basis of the case law of the European Court of Human Rights, which it did during many years, and once again it did it now. It is very important now, interesting to see what happens. I myself will speak with the head of the Constitutional Court already now on Friday. And of course, we are continuing to interact with the Turkish authorities, also on how one applies the laws against terrorism. There are a number of difficulties, but I mean, again, I apply the same method, which I spoke about in my speech. It is important that we can interact with the authorities of Turkey, as well as in all other European countries. With regard to the military action started now in Syria, actually, this is not for me or for us. This is for the Security Council of the United Nations, which I also outlined in my speech. But what is for us is the right of people to protest and to assemble and to demonstrate. This is, of course, one of the main values or standards in the European Convention on Human Rights. So these are also things that, of course, we will raise with the Turkish authorities. But conflicts between nations, in particular between one of member states and a nation state outside the Council of Europe, is not for us, it's for the Security Council. But my personal view is that starting a war, entering into a conflict, crossing a border, violating a border, is sometimes easy, but very difficult to stop. That is a lesson learned the last 20, 30 years in Europe. We do not need to go back to the old times. We have seen it time and again in Europe and in Europe's neighborhood, how devastating this is. So one should, of course, be cautious on this. With regard to the proposal from Mr. Husseinov to establish a new kind of medal, I haven't heard about it before, but we already have such a medal, Pro Merito medal, which are being given to personalities that have worked for the Council and defended our values. We do not avoid it very often, but it is there and can be used. Thank you.